What up, guys? Today we're going to talk about apartments. Everything you need to know about apartments. We're going to talk about Fort Worth and a little bit of Dallas because that's where I'm at, y'all. Okay, let's get started. So, when I first moved here, let's back it up. A month before I moved here, March 2022, I messaged this realtor because I was like, my budget's 900, buddy. And he was like, that doesn't exist. I was like, what do you mean that doesn't exist? He said, that does not exist. He didn't get back to me. He said, my budget needs to be 1,300 at the least. Boy, I might as well live in Atlanta. So then I found this other realtor, and she was like, I'll send you apartments in 1,100. That's what we can do. Boy, I can call these apartments, and they said, we're not 1,100 anymore. Where did you get that from? We're 1,300. And I'm like, maybe homeboy's right. Maybe I, had a dream. I had a dream. Then I found this apartment. That was 1,100 on the list. That was true. Let me tell you about this. All right. This apartment. So I go there. I'm about to sign this. Mind you, I had to find an apartment in 3 days, so I didn't have a choice at this point. And I was like, what are these fees? I'm like, $50 someone taking my trash every month? I can take out my own trash. And then there was another fee for somebody to go pick up my mail. I was like, I have fee. I can definitely go get my own mail. I pass the mailbox every time I drive back to my house. And they were like, no, we can't remove that. So guess what? They added extra $100 in fees. So my rent's 1,200. They got me. All right. So now we're going to back it up now. My goal was 900 for rent. Okay. That was my goal. So I moved to my now apartment, and I'm not even saying how much this place costs. I'm not going to get there. Okay. Right, let me give you some information when it comes to apartment searching. First of all, if you have a budget and it's realistic, don't let people tell you that are quote unquote apartment specialists in that area tell you something that's not true. Even if your friend used them and she said, oh, he got me a good apartment, don't feel like something's wrong with you. Because you're like, well, they're from that area, so maybe they know something I don't. No, maybe they just don't want to tell you the truth because they want a percentage when they sell you an apartment. Oh, not sell you, but you end up renting an apartment because they do get a percentage. So there's that. Another thing is when you look for apartments in Fort Worth, always ask them what are the fees and what fees can be removed. Because you may find an apartment that is very cheap, but they will add $100, $200 in fees that cannot be removed. All right. So let's just put that out there. Another thing is Google reviews. All right. Well, let me back that up. When you look up apartments, there are a lot of apartments where I live that were not on Google review, or they weren't easy to find on Google review. We know what popped up was $1,200 apartments, or apartments that were in my price range. And the newest reviews were like, don't move here. They don't take care of the property no more. Which I have realized that it seems like post-COVID, companies have taken over these apartments that were once very pristine. And they don't care about them anymore. Now they're one-star apartments. But you have to scroll through the reviews. Because you'll see on the very top is a 5-star review. Or not 5-star, 4.5. Which was true 3 years ago. But now it's 1-star review. So you look at the reviews that are the newest, because that's going to tell you the truth. Now, back to this apartment where I live right now and why I feel bamboozled. Okay, let me tell you why. So I found out through my job that the zip code 76104 is one of the poorest zip codes in the nation. I also thought it was awfully strange that there were subsidized apartments in my community. I realized that most of these apartments that are walking distance from me are subsidized apartments. Meaning that the rent is based off your income. Meaning that my rent shouldn't be 1,300 if the rent here is surrounding me is 700. A little taken advantage of a little bit. I'm like, damn it, these realtors got me. So So anyway, let's go back to where I live. So I live in a gentrified area. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but that just means that people have come over here and they have developed properties because the land is cheaper. Also means that they're pushing out the people who live here because the area was low income. Okay. Now, my question is, how this is awful how apartments taking advantage of people that don't know about the area, because knowing this place is low income, subsidized apartments, I don't know if this is wrong, but I'm gonna say this. If you know that you're moving to Texas for a job, move your ass here 2 months early and go get yourself one of those subsidized apartments. Okay? Because that's going to, first of all, you need to save money at least a month before you start your job. Because you may start your job and they toxic as heck, you need to leave ASAP. But oh shoot, I got this lease. I need to break this lease. By the way, when you break a lease, you may pay 1 month of rent that you're not there. You may be able to sublease. Sometimes they may make you pay the remaining months that you have left in your lease, or maybe 11 months. So always ask the people who are selling you or people who are renting your apartment from, if I break this contract, how much do I owe? Another thing, guys, if you are moving to an apartment and you're not sure if you want to live there long term, or you're not sure that you're going to have your job long term because you just you just feeling things out, I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. It's a scam if somebody says pay month to month to month. If you move to an apartment and they got a 6-month contract, they got a month to month contract, and they got a year contract, if you're gonna stay there past 3 months, you might as well just get the yearly contract and pay the 1 month that you're not there, because you're gonna be paying $300, if not $500 more per month, which is stupid, honestly. Because I'm like, why? You're gonna fill up the apartment anyway. So there's that, guys. And the other thing to add to that is back to my community. So if you know where you want to, let's just say your job is in a city. Let's just say your job's in Fort Worth, because that's where I live. Now you want to go look around the surrounding neighborhoods, not on the major highway, but like the smaller neighborhoods, the smaller communities, the older communities, and sometimes, unfortunately, the gentrified communities, where you will find affordable housing or just cheaper housing for yourself. Keep it 100. And I would say, if you can't move there a month or two before, at least move there a week before. Not move there, but visit, just for a week, just to get a feel of, the apartments there. And then a lot of times, you're going to have to go find apartments yourself, meaning that, the apartments that are not on Google, such as the Homes of Parker Commons, where it's $800 a month for 700 square foot apartment, where I'm paying is $1,300 for 362 square feet, because I was bamboozled. Go do that yourself, because these cheaper apartments do not pop up on Google easily unless you're a couple of feet away from it, which I'm like, what is the point at this point? Like, why do I gotta be a couple of feet away to find you? So I will say that. I will say that if you move into an area where, they have a lot of transplants, meaning that if they're transplants, meaning that they're coming from all over the country to this particular city, most likely they're going to have a lot of apartments, meaning that it may be a bit cheaper to live there, to get an apartment, because my friend lives in Carrollton, which is near Dallas, and she pays $900 a month. That includes internet, that includes a security guard, that includes a massive gym that is like bigger than Planet Fitness, and it includes monthly resident activities. Do I get any of that? No. So I say that to say that, don't let people make you feel like you can't find something in your price range, because you can. And then another thing, what other things have I learned? If you move to Texas, just know that there is a base charge with your electric bill. So if your electric bill, let's say, is 80, the base charge with all the freaking fees is going to be $30. So you can't get away from that. What I will say is you need to go find out what the kilowatt usage is in that apartment. You can ask people if you go walk around the apartment, you ask them, like, what do you think about these apartments? Ask them what their electric bill, was like, if they feel comfortable telling you, because some apartments may use a lot of energy. That may be because it's an older apartment. It may be because they use light bulbs, take up a lot of energy. You could just switch them out. That is very important that you ask those questions. Another thing is you want to go visit where you plan on living, the apartment, at night and during the daytime. And let me tell you why. Because where I live, in the daytime, there's some people inside the street asking for money. Whatever. I live where they live. It's gentrified. At night, it's like I'm with zombies. Like, people wander around the streets everywhere. It's a nut house out there. So find out what places look like at night and during the day, and definitely ask people, have there been any problems in this apartment? Have there been any problems in this neighborhood? Because apartments, people that are trying to sell you these apartments are not going to tell you the truth all the time. If they do, godsend, but most of the time they're not. So that's one thing. Another thing too is if your clubhouse has a Wi-Fi, if your clubhouse has a Wi-Fi, you can get an apartment a couple of feet away from it, and you need to save some money, go do it. Because guess what? You got yourself some free Wi-Fi. Ta-da! Alrighty. What's another thing I got in my mind? Oh yeah. So in Fort Worth, in Texas, you need to live near a train station. I mean, your apartment is literally next to the train station. Or your bus picks you up directly from your apartment, takes you straight to the train station in 15 minutes. Because if that does not happen, you are going to be stinking. Let me tell you why. Okay, so right now, it feels like 110 degrees every single day because it may be 98 degrees, humidity 60%. It's really hard to breathe. If you have asthma, if you have really bad allergies, do not move to Fort Worth. You will have such a hard time breathing. Like, I have severe allergies, and let me tell you, I always feel like I'm about to die. Like, my nose gets really stuffy. I'm so tired of being tired. So yeah, if you don't live near one of those things I just mentioned, you're going to need to get a car, because it's going to be hard to get anywhere in Texas. Anywhere. And I will also say this too. If you do have a car, take off on Google Maps toll. Let me tell you why. Because the previous apartment I lived in, I was so happy because I was like, I only work 15 minutes away from my job. My dumb self got to take the toll off. I live 30 minutes away from my job. Because I can't get up in the morning. What that means? That means I'm taking the toll every week. You know how much money I spent? It wasn't worth it, y'all. Take the tolls off, y'all, before you move to the apartment. Because you're thinking you're saving some money, and you're not. You don't spend 30 minutes trying to get to work, and you can't even get up early. Shame. Ooh. Now, there is an app. Now, what is it called? I don't know. I'll put in the comment. Now, if you live downtown Fort Worth, now there is this bus you can use. It's $3. It'll take you from X, Y, and Z. It's not everywhere, but it's cheaper than Uber. By the way, we do have shared rides here. They ain't really popping like that. You're still really paying for a single ride. So, that does add up as well. Your best thing is to get a friend at your job, offer to pay him something every month for them to drop you off if you do not live near a bus station or train station. That's your best thing, because if you're anything like me, baby, when you in that heat and it's been 10 minutes, what's that smell? It's you. Look, when you're working with clients, they're not gonna step in front of your face. So, baby, let me let you know. If I haven't told you already, if you want a little taste of hell, come on to Fort Worth, where it's hot, steaming, and roasting, and a little bit of spicy. Honestly, guys, I can't remember nothing else. I'm trying to like block out things because when I moved here, my budget was $900. I want to pay off my credit card debt so bad. By the way, guys, I didn't put this in here, but I'm going to put it in here anyway. So, if you, let's say, for me, I moved from Atlanta to Fort Worth. If you're applying for a job and they're not willing to offer you compensation to move to another state, and they say that they really, really want you, and you've told them that you're moving from another state, and you actually read in the book, their manual, that they do pay people that are moving from another state for a job, and they don't want to give that to you, it ain't worth going to that job, because that means that they don't value their client. That means they don't value their employees. They don't see the worth in their employees. Because my thing is, if you're moving to a whole other state to go to another state, and you're saying that you need me and you want me, or even if they don't say they need you and you want you, if they don't even want to make an exception just to help you out, then it's like, don't hire me. And I say that because one of the things that I've learned in life is, if a job doesn't want to help out their future employer, if they know that the future employee has what they're looking for, and the position has been vacant for a very long time, that probably tells you how they treat their employees. And I'm saying that because it's a fact, something that I've seen. So yeah, anytime people don't want to go by their manual to make sure that their employees have what they need to be successful at their job. Let's just say you have a disability and you need software because you have dyslexia. If they don't want to buy that for you, and that is something that is federally mandated to help people, it's federally mandated to offer accommodation to people that have disability. If your job does not want to offer those things, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's not worth the fight. It's not worth the fight, because they're going to make other things harder for you. Just quit. Just quit. And that's what I tell people. You need to come to that state a month or two before, get that subsidized housing, work your ass off, get that money. Now, back at home, if you didn't just graduate and or you've been saving some money, then that's fine. You don't got to do that. But if you have not, you need to work. Because, look, if you go to that job and that job is not what it's supposed to be, and you stuck because you financially ain't straight, baby, let me tell you, it's going to show. If you're not good at hiding it, they're going to fire you, possibly fire you, and you don't want that as your first job, to be fired because they were treating you crazy, and now you're looking for a job homeless. You don't want that. So before you move anywhere, just save up a month's worth of money. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But I really hope all this stuff is helpful for you guys. If you have any questions about Fort Worth, let me know in the comments, or you can just message me. I'm here to help y'all, because I don't want y'all to go through what I have went through for a whole year. Okay? Don't be like me. Be better. Be better. Okay? But bye.